is up, guys? My name is Wong and we are back with another video. Today we have a very special car. This is a 2017 HSV ClubSport Tourer R8 wagon, and it is the most powerful wagon ever released in Australia. Though this car is far from factory, and at first glance you can see that aggressive GTSR front end, and this LSA 6.2 litre supercharged engine is currently pushing out 540 kilowatts at the rear wheels. This is truly one of the most insane Australian hyperwagons ever. If you want to see epic car reviews and more automotive related content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to the channel, and let's get straight into it. It's a shame the wagons have lived in the shadows for so long in light of the sedans and the HSV utes. But this car really deserves so much more recognition, as it's such a beastly vehicle. They never came in the HSV GTS form, and so the owner wanted to create something that was absolutely exceptional. And here goes nothing. Oh my Lord! So from factory, the LSA motor in this Gen F2 ClubSport R8 makes about 410 kilowatts of power at the crank. Now this model was equipped with the 6.2 litre V8 supercharged LSA engine. Now, as you and I both know, the LSA engine is the hottest engine out right now, and everybody wants one in their car. It's the most common go-to swaps nowadays. Gone were the days of the standard LS naturally aspirated engine. Everybody wants these supercharged motors. I've driven the VF GTS with about 470 kilowatts of power, about 700 horsepower, and that car was crazy. But this wagon has even more power. It's got 80 kilowatts more at the rear wheels, and in this wagon platform, that's just a little bit hard to fathom for me right now. Holy moly, the performance on this car is amazing. With all that power in this wagon chassis, it's still surprising because it manages to grab traction and throw you back into the seat into the next light year. It's mind-blowing, honestly. This car weighs just shy of 2,000 kilos. And the performance that it has is still so rapid. Because of the longer wheelbase, it seems more manageable at the limit. And when you're putting it through the corners, it's more forgiving, which is really surprising. The 540 kilowatts of power in this car is so accessible, and being that it's a supercharged V8 LSA motor, it's delivered instantaneously and it throws you back into the seat. It's literally like a rocket ship. The moment you get behind the wheel of this wagon, it honestly just shrinks around you. The sheer size of it is minimized completely as you're driving it through the corners. I'm really trying to find faults in this car. It doesn't understeer. There's a sense of balance, and I really think it's attributed to the long wheelbase. Maybe the steering wheel could have a little bit more feedback. The gearbox could be a little bit faster in shifting. But honestly, for it to churn out this much power and to handle everything that this car is throwing onto the ground, it still works so well. Power is so accessible, and it's just beckoning me to drive harder and harder. The exhaust sounds so good, and then the brakes are monumental. There's 6 pistons at the front and 6 pistons at the rear, and they really stop this car without even trying. The performance, the driving dynamics, the handling, everything about this car is just so different to what you see from the outside. And that's crazy. It's a real testament to how well Holden and HSV has engineered these vehicles, and for the owner to take that to the next level with the amount of performance add-ons that they've done, it really showcases that the wagon is such a capable platform. That 1.9 litre supercharger from factory has been completely bored out to 2.2 litres. It's got heads, cams, pistons, and aftermarket intake Everything on the LSA engine has been pretty much done on this car, and for it to deliver torque and response like that is absolutely insane to comprehend. So we're currently driving at about 3,000 RPMs in second gear. If I just lightly dab on the throttle, that's the power that's delivered. That's about 30% throttle. We'll do that again, 3,000. You really got to be careful of the road ahead, because honestly, you're going to reach the end of it within a flash. It's mind-blowing how fast this car takes you. I think personally, this car manages to get traction a lot better than the sedan counterpart. Being that it's a little bit heavier and with that longer wheelbase, it's so much more manageable and it's so forgiving. This is truly what the HSV GTSR would be in a wagon form, but even more so as this car makes more power than the GTSR. I've never driven a car in this kind of size and layout. It's really made me appreciate these wagons so much more. The front end looks extremely tough and it's super aggressive. As soon as you see it on the road, you know that it's a force to be reckoned with. At the back, you don't really get too much of that aggression. It looks like your everyday Commodore wagon. So you kind of get a sleeper in a sense, and a serious performance beast at the front. In the interior of this car, it is no different. It's super comfortable to drive. The stock suspension is sublime. The driving position as well is faultless, really. Everything is right where you need it, and you can adjust it exactly to how you want it. In front of me, there's a head-up display which tells me my speedometer. I've got a really clear dash cluster layout with all the diagnostics of this vehicle. You've got the Holden EDI unit. Every single creature comfort you need is in this car. It really is an awesome cabin to spend a whole lot of time in. And being that this is a wagon, it's a super practical machine, and you've got such a big trunk space in the rear. The owner has 2 kids, as you can see behind me. There are 2 baby chairs sitting in the back seat. As well as that, they've got 2 dogs, and they can throw those dogs in at the back as well. You can throw in prams, an esky, whatever you want, you name it, this car can have it along with you. It's a shame that Holden and HSV no longer exist here in Australia. These cars are truly a dying breed, and to get one of these now, you're looking at paying close to $100,000. The HSV ClubSport Tourer R8 30th anniversary is the most powerful HSV wagon ever built. And with all of the performance add-ons that the owner Jamie has implemented onto this car, it really is the ultimate Aussie hyper wagon. It really competes against the Audi RS6 for a fraction of the cost. It's an absolutely monumental machine. The guys over at MCal Automotive have done a masterful piece of work in putting this car together. I really want to say a huge thank you to the owner Jamie for letting me drive her pride and joy. It's been an absolute blast. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, tell me what you like about this HSV ClubSport Tourer R8. As well as that, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please take care. Bye for now. One more. What? This thing is so much fun. All right, see you guys. I'm gonna drive this thing a little bit more. Catch you in the next one.